I think a lot of people are attracted to my art because it's an interactive experience. And you go into a museum, you rarely get to touch art. I was at a show recently and I could see a lot of people were there because they were there with their family and they didn't necessarily want to be there. And those people would come up to my art and start playing with it. And then after a few minutes of playing with it, they're having this nice experience. For me, that's really gold to me, is when someone who isn't having a good time suddenly appreciates art. My name is Leif McGinnis. I make interactive kinetic light art. My work is a blend of what fascinates me about art and technology. And I'm really fascinated with polyhedral shapes, a lot of things that you find in nature. You'll see it in chemistry, you'll see it in pollen, diatoms. I've learned how to incorporate these shapes and mixing it with technology. At the heart of all my work now is you have fluorescent colored two-dimensional and three-dimensional shapes, and you have ultraviolet pulsed light, and you have an interactive element mixed in with that. So with my work, what you're seeing is, so if this is spinning around or one of these polyhedron shapes is spinning around, I have an ultraviolet light that's pointed at it, and you can change how quickly it pulses off and on. So what you're seeing, your brain is taking little snapshots of all these pulsed images. Your brain translates that into a kind of smooth motion. So for like this icosahedron, so this spins around, you're getting little snapshots of this in different positions. Well, people assume there's a lot of math. It's just simple geometry. Translating that into settings on your saw is another story, and that's where it gets complicated. So that can be very confusing. This is the more perfectionist side of me that I prefer. I don't shy away from process-oriented art. Anything that takes a lot of time and precision, I don't mind. I'm kind of attracted to it. I'm using electronics, wiring, carpentry, three-dimensional software. It's a mix of all the skills I've slowly been learning through life. So it's kind of neat to see them come together. I do a lot of experimenting. I love doing prototypes. I like trying different shapes, different ideas. I can stare at this stuff for hours. I'm just mesmerized. I love this stuff. Each time I use my work, I see something else. There's something new that I see. That's how I come up with a lot of new ideas, is another idea comes to me while I'm interacting with one of my pieces. So much of my art is just a result of experimentation. Even the pieces that I've already made are still kind of an experiment to me. When I see people interacting with them, I'm seeing how other people are reacting and interacting, and they're creating their own little personal piece of art.